Of course. So yeah, definitely. I would like to meet with your daughter one day. Okay, because yeah.
Absolutely.
mm,
Yeah, we've done a couple videos where I think it was Lila, which I'm not sure if you're familiar, but there's like a another person from India. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine. How are you?
Great. So thank you for agreeing to discuss this. I've been doing this YouTube channel for 2 years, and I work full time at a high school, and so my boss thought it would be a great idea for me to teach a camp of high school students how to make a YouTube channel, and it's kind of like something called voluntold. I've been voluntold to do it, so and of course I'd like to do it, but I have to kind of create the whole idea. So I was trying to think about different ideas. And we've done things like entrepreneur camps before, where we
Mhm.
had people that had businesses as speakers. So then I thought of you and thought maybe you would agree to be a speaker, for the camp. Um,
Definitely, I would.
yeah, it's going to be virtual and it's going to be sometime in July. And the program that I work for is called Gear Up, which means gaining early awareness and understanding of undergraduate programs. It's kind of a crazy long name. But basically, what does it mean? It means that I help the students get ready for careers and get ready for college. And we offer like different things like field trips when we're not in a pandemic, and we like go see colleges and we do some camps and stuff like that, and I work with them on all their college applications. So this summer I'm going to be offering a camp. I think it's going to be about 2 weeks, and because it's going to be virtual, it's probably going to be about 2 hours a day, because more than 2 hours would be too much on a computer. So I'm trying to create it, and I'm looking for ideas. I found that YouTube has a lot of great videos, like it's called a YouTube Academy.
Yes.
So that's awesome. But I figured I looked at you and you look like you started less than a year ago and you have like grown hugely. So you must know something about YouTube.
Yes, of course, I know lots of things about YouTube now. But when I started, I was knowing nothing about YouTube. So what I did, I learned everything from YouTube. So I learned how to put the title, tag, description, all these things. Even I didn't have, laptop on those days, and I was just doing everything with my mobile phone. But right now, yes, I have laptop also. So yes, I learned lots of things from YouTube and I'm applying it on my channel. And right now, I think, yeah, these things are helping me to improve my, I think, yeah, YouTube channel because it is growing
It
better.
is. It's amazing. And the thing that my students will be most likely using their phones. So I would like to have to look up what can they use. I know like with iPhone, it's like iMovie or something, and what can you use with Android, because my students probably don't have computers and they're not going to have money for like expensive editing programs. So it's going to be like
Mhm.
everything that you can do on your phone to get started
Mhm.
with, and to teach
Yeah.
them how to do it on their phone, because that's what they'd have.
Right. Yes, they can do everything with, as YouTube can be started with mobile phone. There is no problem with mobile phone because initially we need very, light software that is already available in Play Store. We can use it.
Yeah, and that's the kind of things that I'm thinking about, is like, to make sure that it's accessible. So like I made a little flyer. I haven't gone live with it, but it's like um virtual, like something like virtual YouTube camp coming to a screen near you. I was going to say computer, but my coworker said, "You know what, Rachelle, most of our students probably are just going to be accessing this on their phone, so you should change computer to screen."
Mhm.
And so basically it's just like, how to create a YouTube channel. Like I'm not going to, you know possibly teach them everything they need to know in these 2 weeks, at like, and I think it's probably going to be 3 hours a day. Three days a week, so it's probably going to be a total of, I think, 12 hours in total. So it's not going to be a total like everything you need to know about YouTube, but maybe, we get them on there. Okay, like here's a little introduction. Now go on your phones and create your channel. And then
Mhm.
maybe they do that and they come back maybe like, okay, talk about different ideas for channels and stuff like that, because there's no ending of the different topics that you could do. And then, just trying to think about that. So I'm going to have a meeting. I'm going to be the lead of this and be kind of leading it, but I have some other
Mhm.
coworkers that are going to be teaching with me. So I'm going to
Mhm.
be meeting with them today and discussing more of how we can do this.
Right, yes. So congratulations to be, leader, okay?
Yeah.
Of course, leading something is always difficult, and leader means to have a vision that anybody else don't have. So yeah, I think that definitely you will be very successful in your leading.
Yeah, thank you. And something that I was I think I mentioned when I wrote to you, one difficulty that we're going to have is that our students have been doing all their work virtually for a year. They just went
Mhm.
back to school now. So we're going to be competing with summer, with sunshine, with the fact that they don't want to be on their computer. So I don't know yet how many students are going to sign up. Last year we ran an entrepreneur camp, and sometimes we were more staff than students, but we're going to run this whether we have 2 students or 20 students. So that's the thing that we're competing with, is the fact that our students work, the fact that there's going to be good weather, and they've been on their
Mhm.
computers all year long and they might not want to be, but we're hoping that we're going to get some students to take part, and if anything, we're at least going to learn how to run a camp, and we'll learn from kind of creating it. So I think it's fun and I'm excited about it.
Oh, that's great. Okay, yeah. Initially, everything is tough. When we start anything new, we will have to face difficulties. Yeah, you told me that you were thinking about 20 or two students. It doesn't matter. We have 20 or two. Okay, because when we will start with two, after some time we will get 20. So just initially, two is enough. So I think you can easily get two students for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And the thing that, so I live in Massachusetts, which is like a whole state. Now I work in the city of Worcester, but the program's going to be offered to all, it's going to be offered to 7 cities. So we're hoping that we'll
Mhm.
get more students because it's going to be open to 7 cities. And it's just like when you start a YouTube channel, you start it and you have 0 subscribers and you hope that you're going to get more as you go. So this is kind of like a pilot in a way, and we're going to see how it goes. And it's something that my boss is thinking about kind of writing into our program in the future. We work on a grant, so the money that we get to pay for everything is from the government. So our grant is good for 7 years, and so the next time he writes it, he was thinking to put in this whole kind of YouTube thing, which can go along with entrepreneur. Like if you're going to start a business, like maybe you're going to start a business doing like hair, well, you might do a YouTube channel to show the different things you can do with hair. You might
Mhm.
do a business where you sell something else. So a YouTube channel can go along with the entrepreneur. In addition, another thing that they're going to have is someone else that's going to teach gaming. So maybe like people that are gamers, they want to be YouTubers because they want to like have people watch them and stuff. So I think it can go along with a lot of different things that we're teaching.
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, right now YouTube is a unique platform where in one channel you can do multiple things. Like if you know how to gaming, you can game in the same channel. If you know how to teach people, you can teach. So this is the beauty of YouTube, and YouTube is successful because of it. That over one channel you can do so many things. Okay, like if you if you are a teacher, you can teach there, no problem. If you are preacher, you can preach. You can preach the people. You can spread your message through YouTube.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, is that people have to think about. I think I saw somebody saying, "Oh, how much do you make?" And it's not about that. It's about knowing that you want to go to YouTube because maybe you want to share something. If you ever make some money, that's great too, but I think it's like going to YouTube because you want to share a message. You want to help
Mm.
people. And then later on, like if you do make some money, that's good. But to just decide I'm going to go on YouTube to make money, I think that's the wrong idea.
And now, if you think that if you are going to make money from YouTube and you are starting channel because of money, then I think you will lose your motivation after some time if you will not grow, and you will
Yeah.
give up. But when you come to do something, something for society or something for people, then that will keep you motivated and you will go ahead. So I have seen so many YouTubers who have started with me, they were thinking about getting so much money from YouTube, but they given up now. Okay.
Yeah.
Why? Because they came for money. But I think I started for my enjoy. Okay, I thought that even a little bit I can help people, then it is better. So I started that, and because of it, I kept, doing things for 6 months without anything. I hadn't subscriber. I think after 4 or 5 months, I my one video got viral and I got subscribers.
Yeah, that's the thing, same thing. Like, I get motivation when people write and say, "Oh, thank you so much. Your videos helped me so much to learn English," and that gives me motivation to continue, knowing that I'm helping people. And like I said, I think I told you this wasn't my idea. It was my daughter's, who's now 11. She wanted to be a YouTuber, and now it's me making more of the videos, and she's
Mhm.
not so much. But I it's given me something to get through, especially the pandemic when I didn't have a lot to do. I still work full time, but I was always driving my kids around and doing things with my kids. And when there wasn't that to do, now I'm making these videos and helping people and feeling like I'm making a difference in the world.
Of course. So yeah, definitely, I would like to meet with your daughter one day. Okay, because yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, we've done a couple of videos where I think it was Lila, which I'm not sure if you're familiar, but there's like a another person from India where we did a video with Katarina, and then there's somebody that is from India but he lives in Saudi Arabia and he has a daughter, so we did like a joint thing, and that was fun. That was a real I think it was a good video. It was very interesting to have that kind of like dialogue between myself and Katarina and the other person doing the YouTube channel.
So yeah, I would like to also do the same thing. Okay,
Yeah, we
uh,
can probably plan
it
that. It
will
will
be
have to
more
be on the
interesting.
weekend because she's in school on the weekdays, but definitely let's plan that.
Okay, we will plan about it. There is no
Yeah,
hurry. Yeah.
yeah. So, well, thank you. Like, I'll give you more details as we get closer to it. But thank you for agreeing to this. I think it's going to be really interesting for the students to hear from somebody on the other side of the world. I think I do have students that are from all over because there's a lot of immigrant families. I haven't really had too many from India, but there are people that live in India in Massachusetts. But my students in Worcester are from a lot of African countries and Latin American countries. And I think it's real interesting to talk to somebody and get a perspective of someone on the other side of the world too.
Yeah, really. I also enjoy the same thing, and that is the reason, I started my channel.